Philippians chapter 1, verses 15 through 18. Some indeed preach Christ, even of envy and strife, and some also of goodwill. The one do it of love, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel, but the other proclaim Christ of faction, not sincerely, thinking to raise up affliction for me in my bonds. What then? Only that in every way, whether in pretense or in truth, Christ is proclaimed, and therein I rejoice, yea, and will rejoice. When the Lord saved me back in 1983, I was part of an organization that promoted good relationships between fathers and daughters. And those in the group that I was with saw the change in my life when I got saved. And one person in particular noticed. He was a Christian man and had attended a Baptist church. In time, I asked to hear his story, and he indicated that he was saved reading a watchtower from the Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, this really kind of puzzled me because he said they had come by and they had dropped off one of these magazines, and he browsed through it and saw something about Jesus in it. And then he went to a Baptist church where he heard the gospel message and was saved. I thought my friend's experience was quite unusual when it's all said and done. This is because I knew something, at least enough about the Jehovah's Witnesses theology to know that they did not believe the doctrine of the Trinity, that faith plus works, that's what they believed in, were essential for salvation, among a lot of other departures from orthodox biblical teachings. So I guess the point is this: the Lord can use some interesting means to bring people to saving faith in Jesus. But Paul here wrote about something like this when he stated that some preach the gospel with good motives and others with ulterior motives. The thing with my friend is an extreme example of a situation that he had, and rarely will someone be reached through a group that preaches things that are clearly not presented correctly from the scriptures. However, I guess it can happen. While those that come to our door from the Watchtower Society likely come with sincere motives, in a way their motives are insincere since their message is not pure. The deity of they deny the doctrine of salvation by grace through faith in Jesus Christ alone, and that's the huge issue. Besides that, they deny the deity of Jesus Christ. Yet there are many who do not come with proper motives. Many come with insincere motives. Some preach for money or prestige, and yet they still come preaching the truth of the gospel. The motives of their hearts is insincere, but they're preaching the truth. So Paul's main point here was that if people came and they would preach the truth of the Word of God, even though they wouldn't have the proper motives of love in their heart, that he would rejoice then. He would rejoice even if their motives were not right. And so with regards to my friend and his introduction to Christ through the Watchtower, we can hardly rejoice in those who are teaching a misleading doctrine. I mean, that we would not do. We don't rejoice in false teaching. However, I can rejoice that the Lord drew him from a false teaching to himself in a very strange and mysterious way. So that's really all I have to share this morning. The fact is, we rejoice anytime the true message of the gospel is preached.